Welcome to Athletic Definition. I am your host, Santa's favorite podcaster, Coach Ray Z, and this is the Merry Fitness Extravaganza. Today, I'm going to be giving you some super fourth quarter, last minute gift ideas because basically, depending on where you're at, you're pretty much out of time. So I actually got this email a few days ago, barely started checking it out. I've done one of these races before and I'm going to break it down. It's traveling the world. Who doesn't love that? Seeing beautiful places. But before I get into that, I'm going to give you the Merry Christmas puns of the day. A lot of people always ask me, how do I keep my holiday spirit and just stay upbeat all the time and avoid the Christmas blues? And I basically always tell them that I train and I purposely work out my funny bone. And then moving on here, they don't get any better, but hey, luckily it's almost over the month. All right. Why does Father Christmas get to take a lot of holidays? Because he's self employed. How did Santa's helper boost his self esteem, his low self esteem? He gave him a elf self book. All right, so now getting to the nitty gritty, what everybody's here for. Besides the outfit of the day, this is just kind of a mixture of a suit, a tie, some elves, and a Christmas hat for those of you just listening to the podcast. So this company is called Vacation Racing, and they do races in the United States right outside the national park because you're not going to get a permit to be able to run in the national park. Now, before you tune out, if you don't like running, hear me out. It's pretty interesting concept here. So I did it here. I did it quite a few years ago, to be honest with you, maybe 2017, 2018. I did the Zion race that particular year. It was the Zion half marathon. That particular year, they changed the course. So I was not a fan of the course at all. Trying not to be too hard of a critic because overall, the whole event was good. They give you some tent area, not exactly outside of the national park, but close to the race. And then after that, the whole goal is that you'll spend time and go visit the national parks and get to know and just be out there and be adventurous. So this is basically their webpage for their adventures that they have coming up. They seem to have more than one a year event. So if you definitely need to maybe can't make that date and you want to do that country, then you want to check it out on their actual website. They are called vacationraces.com. This whole podcast is not sponsored by them. I'm not getting paid or anything. I just have done one of the races and I know everybody gets motivated by different things. Maybe you already know somebody, your loved one, who wants to go travel, or they're getting into running, or you're getting into running, or maybe this is something you both could do to get in better shape because you get to go hiking, you get to see the world, and while you're out there, you get to be with a different breed of people who actually go on vacations to run and work out. I've done different types of retreats. I did a jujitsu retreat, which is very cool, and I know a few people that have traveled to different countries to compete in tournaments. And to me, that's always more fun. Gives you something to look forward to, and it's just a great way to see different culture and just have a good time. And then it gives you something to train for and something to look forward to because a lot of people really struggle with something to motivate them, something to get them out the door. To me, whatever gets you going. So from the website, you're going to want to check dates could vary and everything else. It seems that most trips seem to be about 7 to 9 day vacation. It doesn't matter what country you go to, but you're going to want to check for your specific country. They all include 6+ trail runs and hikes from 7 to 12K, daily afternoon activities that vary from what country you go to, and I'll break it down more per country as we go along. Not too many, because I know it's Christmas Eve and you want time to spend with your family. You just probably got to go online. Hopefully, this gives you some last minute fourth quarter ideas because it is the fourth quarter. Me being Mexican American, we celebrate at midnight. So we still got some time here waiting for a lot of food to be being prepared and just kind of enjoying time with my family, watch some football. The NFL just changed most of the games to Saturday. My Niners won. Just been enjoying football, but I'm trying to catch up on some shows. I had some issues. We'll talk about that a little bit more probably tomorrow as I do another catch up episode. All right, so getting back to it. Besides the daily activities, you get hotels, meals, local transportation is all included. International flight is not included. And for those who care, the vaccination is not required, and that is on every country that I personally saw. There are some countries I'm not going to go over that you have the option to go to, but that's because they're already sold out. But I saw multiple dates, meaning 2022, 2023. So maybe as and some of them were recent, like say November, and now it's going to be coming up. So maybe they'll update it and give you some other dates in case those dates don't work for you. The first one is Patagonia. So you got to brush up on your Spanish. That one is really the first one coming up. It's February, March 2023. My friend, she went there before. She went hiking by herself. I thought that was crazy, and she said she loved it. It. For those of you who don't know, Patagonia is a region in South America that spans across southern and Argentina and Chile, and it is encompasses part of the Andes Mountains. It also features grasslands, deserts, coastal areas. In the trip, they highlight it if they've done the trip more than once, so they include what's the trip highlights. The trip highlights is a run to Sendero Al Fitz Trail. The picture I saw looked very cool, and they have a YouTube video. It's like 2 minutes. You can check it out. Trek the Glacier, uh, Perrito Moreno, and they wore these special shoes. I wonder if that's included. That looked very cool. And then it's a ferry and run from Argentina to Chile. That sounds very cool. To say I ran from one country to another and just have that on my list. I know over here in the United States, they have one section where you could run from like somewhere, I think in Niagara Falls to Canada and back, and you have to do permission beforehand. I'm sure something like that gets worked out, but go on their website. The prices are going to vary depending on when you book it, availability, and then also what country. They have this one thing where it's part of the activity. It's called Asado de Campo, and in Argentina, it's known for its mastery of roasted meats. So you'll find some of the best traditionally prepared meats out in the countryside. And I saw they looks like they're smoking it by a local. It looks really good. From what I was reading, the runners say that it's as much of a food adventure as a running adventure. So to me, I already, from what I saw, beautiful, luscious. The food looks great. The definitely want to go there. I definitely look forward to going there one day. This one's a little too soon for me, but if you could make it, go on their website, check it out. The next one they're having is Ireland, and that's in May 2023. So you got to brush up on your Gaelic and English. That is what they speak there. Ireland, they're known basically for their luscious green fields, from what I saw. Certain points, the views look amazing with the lush green, and then you could just see the ocean. And besides that, the trip highlights it says they do archery, shooting, the cliffs of Monur, and a visit gateway. Overall, it looked good. It looked really good. I Out of the other countries that I've seen, besides that view with the luscious and the ocean, the other countries seem more interesting to me. But who knows? I'd have to do a little bit more research on it. The next one is Iceland. And that one, and remember, these are the ones that are not sold out. That is in June 2023, July 2023. The language spoken there is English and Icelandic. So you need to brush up on that. Didn't even know that was a language. Trip highlights is the Blue Lagoon, the Rainus Jar Black and Sand Beach. That I saw a picture of. It's a beach basically with all the sand is black. The Golden Circle Tour, and that one is a bus and walking. I had more details on that one. That one seemed pretty interesting. The Blue Lagoon, the pictures looked amazing. This is definitely one that I want to go check out. Just everything that I saw. just amazing. And y- it's when it comes to nature, there's nothing more beautiful than that. So you have to look at some of these pictures to get an idea, and even then, they don't do them justice. But you'll see what I'm talking about. Then this is a country I've always wanted to go to, and this is in October 2023. Who knows what will happen if the stars align right? But I'd have to brush up on my Japanese. That's right. In Japan, they're doing a vacation race, and it's known for a lot of tech. Also, the tradition of martial arts, the samurai. But it's also really has a lot of national parks. It has 34 national parks spread throughout the four main islands, and you can see from different places beautiful images of Mount Fiji, serene forests, and it looks like very nice surfer friendly beaches. I don't know all the surfers, at least from what I know, very local, but it looks beautiful there. Always wanted to go there. Definitely want to check it out. They don't really have any trip highlights yet, and I think that's because I think this is one of their newest races that they're offering. And speaking of new, they don't really have highlights for the next one, but from what I saw, beautiful, luscious green, New Zealand. It's November 2023 to December 2023. The language there is English, thank goodness, and Madori, if I'm pronouncing that right. My apologies if you're from New Zealand and listening to that. New Zealand is made up of two islands, North and South, and it is located in the South Pacific Ocean, remote, bursting with natural wonders. It is home to strong indigenous culture, active volcanoes, award winning wines, busting metropolis cities. In December brings springtime in New Zealand with mild weather and quiet tourism. This is a perfect time to hit the trails and get lost in the remote beauty of the South Island. I met one person from New Zealand, and she was beautiful, and she told me about the place, and it looked amazing. And from what I see, it's amazing. So I definitely want to go check it out. So there's my adventure for global gift ideas, last minute fourth quarter gift ideas. That might be something that okay, now at this point, at this time, you ran out of time. So no one's going to be able to ship you anything and you're going to get it. Maybe, who knows? I really doubt it, but what's the next best thing? Tell someone, hey, I booked a trip for us to go on a vacation and get fit along the way. That's a motivation to stay fit so that when you go, you can actually enjoy these scenic, beautiful uh, places around the world. And trust me, if you've never done this before, this might just kind of change the way you train or the way you want to do vacations. I've only done the Zion one, but I'm looking forward to doing more with vacation races. Once again, this is not paid for, sponsored, or anything. I just really like the whole idea. And now that they're doing more global, or maybe I've never looked at the global, I've always just looked within United States, but definitely something to check out. And thank you, Brady, for joining me, watching the replay. I hope you have a Feliz Navidad, a Merry Christmas,